Okay, great. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in this morning. I'm here with Ari all the way from Australia, and I'm so excited that she decided to join in. It's super early here this morning at 7:30 in Canada, and it seemed to be at 10:30 p.m., I believe, in Australia. So you can tell that it's opposite side of the world, which is perfect. And that's another beautiful thing about what we do with our online community and online business is that we get to interview and interact with people from all over the world. So if you're like from overseas or a different part of the world and you're not sure if you can do this business, well, you definitely can because the business is worldwide. So again, thanks for tuning in, everyone. My name is Dustin. Kind of give you a brief overview of who I am. I began my business journey back in 2019, so I've been doing this business for 5 years. I've been a nurse since 2009, so I can't believe it's been 15 years. Obviously, kind of, less nursing and more business because I'm actually enjoying what I do a lot, and you get to really meet amazing people along the way. So I'll pass it over to Ari to let her introduce herself, and then we'll kind of get into some questions and answers.
Thank you, Dustin. And hi, everyone. My name is Ari. I live in Australia, exactly in Western Australia. And it's been such a privilege for tonight in my time, 10:30 at night, to have a chat with Dustin at the online chat today. And yeah, I just want to tell a little bit about my background. I work as a government employee in the state government in here, and I'm a mother of two young children. My daughter actually 14-year-old, which is teenager, and I have 10-year-old son as well. So basically, I'm still working full time, and I'm also a busy mom of active kids. But I also a business owner, online business owner, which is something that I'm really enjoying to do.
Right. And that's perfect too, right? That you could be, working full time, have children, have a family, and still operate the business, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, right, everyone's goal is to kind of get away from that full time corporate job, right? And be able to be, at home more often with their family. But I mean, there's several people in the business, well, lots of people in the business. We have over,
Yeah.
I think, 200,000 people in total that are part of the community. And, there are still thousands of people who do, attend their
Yep.
full-time jobs still. That's the flexibility that this, business offers us, right? So I can only
Yeah,
imagine how busy you
this
are.
is amazing. Yeah, I know. I just love the way this business plan is the flexibility, and we actually can manage from home, from anywhere. We basically our own boss. So this is
Right.
the best side hustle that's at the moment. I'm really enjoying.
Well, it's good. I like to hear that. So I always have like this kind of burning question to ask a lot of people. But I'd love to know the biggest reason on why you chose this business, I guess, per se, and, the biggest reason that keeps you going, right? So what was the biggest reason to
Yeah.
keep you moving ahead in this business? So I guess your biggest why.
Yeah, for me myself, why I choose to have side hustle as a as additional for revenue in my family, because of I have two main reasons that really kick me at the beginning. Because of what? Because my husband and I, we had worked so hard pretty much the whole of our life, but we actually don't have any savings at all. We have mortgage a house, and then we still do repayment at the moment. We basically just living from paycheck to paycheck. So it's just nothing left. And we have two kids. They're growing. Both of them in the private school, which is private school is not cheap in here in Australia. It's very expensive because both of them actually in the very good school. And then again, that's actually chewing all our income. It's just like every month, just nothing left. It just like make me a little bit upset to myself. Why I live like this? We can't enjoy our lifestyle. And then that's first. And then the second one that really, really got me is actually, about um, about the job that we are right now. We actually, I actually can get out of job anytime because of what? Because we actually can be replaced at any time in our workplace. It's not really secure me to have the job that what I have right now because of my age. I'm actually close to 50, and that lots of new people with the, you know, qualification and then that doing better job than me. I feel like I'm not secure at all. And also, the things that I've been working so hard, and I feel like I've never had enough time for my family. So
Mm-hmm.
I want something to know. I don't want to work like this all the time until, that's the main reason why. Until I got it's really big why in my heart. I wish I could find something that actually I can do so I can supplement my income. But back then I didn't know how to do it,
Right. Right. Well,
until I found this magic opportunity online. That's
yeah.
what you're doing right now.
Right. And I mean, most people are here to earn online, right? Like you said,
Yeah,
the majority of people are struggling from payday to payday. I think it's reality and I think it's pretty normal, which is absurd to kind of think about, right? You go to school for 4 to 5 to 6 years, you encompass this massive debt that's lingering in the
yeah,
back of your mind, and then you're forced to go to work that you also say too that's not 100% secure, right? So it always is that worry, that stress that comes with that, right? And your financial means to kind of get through the
yeah,
day, right? And then you have
selling.
kids, and it's crazy that we have this a pension, or that we have to work to 67 to achieve, and then at 67 you can kind
No,
of retire from your job and then finally enjoy. Who wants that,
yeah,
right? Who wants to achieve what kind of life do you have at that age? I mean, there's lots of people who are doing amazing things at 67, but why not enjoy now, right? Why not
exactly.
live in the now,
Yeah,
and enjoy your family, enjoy your kids, right? And so I feel like that's what this business has kind of is achieving for many people. And that's what we're all striving for. And,
yeah.
I think it's, incredible that that is your why and what keeps you going. So for me, it's been, what's keeping me going is obviously for me, I wanted to be financially secure in myself. I wanted to give back to my family, and I kind of always wanted to help other people achieve financial freedom,
Yeah.
especially whether they're male, female, parents, whomever they are. That was my biggest goal, was helping them achieve financial freedom, because I know what it's like being now debt free at 39. It changes your life, and it gives you a whole new perspective on how to give back and how to give to others, and then just kind of giving to my family as well, which I'd never been able to do before. So um, that's again what the business kind of does for us and can do for so many people out there. And it's just about plugging into a system, finding a good opportunity, and just kind of going with it, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. So, I always again like to ask other people, like, what do you find is your biggest achievement so far in the business? So, what do you feel has been your biggest wow moment, I guess?
I have so many biggest achievement and moments doing this business. I forgot to mention this is actually only my second year.
Wow.
So
Okay.
this is I'm still considered new, but I already achieved so much. The first goal when I decided to join this business, actually, it was something that to improve my personal growth. I used to be somebody that very shy, introvert. I didn't like social media at all. I
Mm-hmm,
didn't have any experience what is it about IT. I didn't really know how to use Facebook or and so on. I was not really Facebook person. I'm sorry, I mentioned social media person. But you know what? And but because of my why and because I saw this business actually offering the opportunity to grow there with the package that they offer with the training package that's so easy to follow over there, step-by-step video-based. It's actually so easy to understand. Over there, I actually managed to get through everything quickly, and I learned a lot because of what? Because the community that we have with this business, the global community is amazing. Pretty much 24/7 there. They're helping me to actually to grow faster.
Right.
And the biggest achievement again, I actually my goal within 2 years actually to get all the money, the investment that I actually throw in the business back. I wanted that. That's actually my first goal. But straight away I got it within 2 years, and even I got more extra, and I was able to take my family to go overseas. 6 months ago, I was able to go to Japan for the first time. I went to Tokyo, I went to Okinawa, and then I took my kids. I picked up my kids. We went to Singapore, Malaysia, and Kuala Lumpur, and then went to see my family in Indonesia. Spend time a week in Bali with my kids. It's amazing because they never did it before, and it was a great experience for them. It's just like dream comes true for everyone in my family. Finally, we were able to go for holidays, the things that we didn't do it in the last 5 years, just right before COVID. Because of what? Because we didn't have any budget for that. But with this business, I was able to actually have extra savings so we can um, enjoy our lifestyle and to go for holidays as well. It's a bonus for me. For me, that's my biggest achievement this time. And of course, I can feel I have more to come from here.
Oh, 100%. We always do, right? It's only, going at 2 years? So are you going into your third year then, or is this your second year?
It would be my second in March next year.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry. In March this year would
This
be
year would be second.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've achieved that already. Wow. That's pretty good for someone. Well, not pretty good. That's amazing for someone who, like you said, had no experience when it comes to social media. It's interesting that you say that because when I began my journey in 2019, I was not a big social media person. I didn't know Facebook very well. I didn't have an Instagram account like all these kids do now or individuals do now. I didn't know YouTube, LinkedIn. I didn't know some of these apps and networks even were a thing, right? So Facebook, I would kind of go on and I would post here and I would post there and I would kind of look on Facebook here and then I would be off, right? So now it's kind of like you said, because of the structure of the business and how the training platform and how the training is set up for you, it makes everything to be so structured and so easy. And that's kind of what I found too for myself, to be able to utilize some of these online spaces, because we know that social media is growing bigger and bigger every day, right? With the amount of people that use it. So when it comes to the online space, it's within our fingertips, right, to utilize when it comes to this business. And so that's
social
amazing.
media this time is part of our life, part of everyone's life. Now it's all the social media. Really, we can't live without it because the world is growing.
Totally. And that's what we do with our business, right? And that's how we utilize our business, right? It's social media. So, if we didn't have social media, then our businesses wouldn't exist, right? So, but social media is not going anywhere. It's just thriving and getting bigger. So, and then be able to take your family overseas, on a trip, that must have felt amazing. So, congratulations. That's awesome. And there's obviously more to come with that, right? So, for me, like I said, my biggest achievement was being debt free. 39 years old. I never thought that would happen.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Sometimes I still don't even think it's possible that I'm, debt free already. I was able to pay
I
off.
can't wait for me.
It's gonna happen, right? It happens for sure. But being 39 and being able to pay off, my student loan, that was $50,000, $60,000, line of credit, credit card, my car, insurance, mortgage. I don't have much of a mortgage left anymore because I was able to put down such a large lump sum. That's the only thing that I carry around, is the mortgage. Everything else is paid for me. And so, coming up in March, I'm going to Mexico, paid, cash because of this business, right? So, and there's just so many other things that were fruitful, a Christmas that was, I think a lot of people are struggling, but to be able to have a Christmas and to give back is also incredible, so it's just surreal what this business does for everyone, so that's great. So then I'm always curious for people with families. So can you tell me, and people that are watching, how do you manage your business, your career, your husband, yourself? Like, that just seems like it's just me and my partner. So I'm like, okay, yeah, great. I don't have any kids. And, I go see my mom when I choose to, but it seems, and then obviously I go to work, at times when it comes to nursing, and then I put a lot of energy because I want to into the business. What's it like for you?
It's not easy, to be honest. It's actually all over the place. When the first time when I started, I actually was just like, just realized, oh my God, how I would do it. And then I actually, just pull myself together and then decided, made a plan properly. And then, but I was lucky though. I know the first time my husband was not really supportive, but as everyone must be having this kind of as well, because of everything that done online could be something that can create worry for some. And then my husband was one of them that was not really supporting 100% what I did. But he is right now because he knew all the result and everything.
Right.
And then, but I feel so lucky. He was actually now into the business and supporting me. And then, while my kids is also knowing what I'm doing as well. And the thing is, because I already proved to them, I did actually tell them, look, this is what's happened if you actually are helping me with supporting me and letting me to do what I'm doing. So this is what's going to happen. You will enjoy all the benefit. It's not easy because both my kids, both of them are very active. I work full time, 9 to 5, and also my daughter actually full schedule with after school, and then everything's out there, as well as my son as well. So I have to actually juggling around for my time. But okay, this is what I did. So what I'm doing, I committed to deciding to do this business. So I committed to it, and I made effort. I'm being consistent, effortlessly. I always tell myself, this is my own business. I want to grow this business, so I have to commit to it. I have to actually make effort to it. So I spend my time at least an hour every day just to do my what I need to do on my social media, to check my emails, my messages, things like that. And also if I have more time at night like this, that's what I'm normally doing. After my downtime, I go into my business. And because this is everything is really easy to manage from anywhere, so I just do it from home. If I am at home like this, I'm just doing it. So I just manage an hour, 2 hours every day. And also I do extra during weekend when I don't work, and then or when it's public holidays, things like that. So that's the way I manage. But it works, it's actually doable for everyone. This business is actually very portable. Actually, wherever we go comes with us. So, and flexible as well, because the time is actually, we are the manager. We own this business, we the manager, we manage this business. So the time, actually we choose the time. So it's really easy. So we take control for this business. And the way I manage at the moment, yeah, just being consistent, and then I make sure that I'm actually follow all the guidance from the training, and then of course I'm supported by a great mentor, and then my coach, and then my team is amazing. All the global community support as well is amazing. So I'm actually not alone. So yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm doing. That's why I am what I am right now, because of the system is amazing.
Right. Well, and that's the important thing, right? So,
Yeah.
I can only imagine how difficult it could be with everything that's, there's so much on your plate, right? But I think it's important to kind of just, realize that, it is, it's fruitful, right? It grows and flourishes and does what it needs to do, right? And like you said, it's portable. You can take it anywhere. It runs in the background basically, so you're able to do all the other things that you want to do. It's not like, I always get the question a lot of is how many hours a day do I have to put into the business? And like you said, I think you answered it, because it's like you put in the hours that you choose to put into the business, right? It's not like you have to put 8, 10, 12 hours a day, because I think people are like,
Mhm.
well, can I do this with a job? Well, you can. You can do it with a full-time job. You can do it with kids. You can do it with family. You're proof that you can do it with family. There are a lot of people who are doing full-time jobs with this business. It's
Yeah.
just, you put the time and energy in if you choose. And then when you can, you can make it top priority, you can make it middle priority, or you can make it not such a priority. It's really realistically, how important it is to you to have, a business that you can run. And then, I always say that you see the success that you put in, right, to your business. So it's great. Like for me, when I first began in 2019, I was back in school as well, getting another degree. I was actually working at the hospital. I had family and stuff that I was with as well. I was trying to balance all that out with, my business, right, at the same time. So, again, obviously it shows that, you can make it happen as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah. So last question that I definitely, before we kind of close up here, how important to you, or how important do you think mindset is in this business?
Mindset is a very important, because as entrepreneurs and online entrepreneur, and we actually work by ourselves, because we actually less interaction, direct interaction with others. So we have to be able to manage our own mindset. We have to be able to motivate ourselves. So we have to keep our mindset as positive as possible. And you know what? It's a lot of influence people out there that will tell us all sort of way about what you're doing. Like a lot of people that sometimes intimidate us about uh, being negative with what we're doing, But if we have the right mindset, it's very important. What I'm
Right.
doing to keep my mindset is actually I just plugged in with like-minded people, get involved with all those people that with positive mindset, and get motivated with with joining with this business, the one that I like the most, because we have those weekly, we have um, training master, like kind of masterminds. We can watch all the updates, what's going on about the business, about the market trend. And then also we have all those leadership masterminds as well. They're actually available there that we can watch every week. And that's actually helping our mindset to be positive mindset, to be in the right mindset. And that's really important. So we can stay there, we can get, you know, towards our goal. But honestly, mindset is really important. The limit of everything is our mindset. So that's what I believe about that. So if we have the right mindset, we can move mountains.
Right. I mean, obviously, you know, like you said too, right? It's all about your mind, right? And what you choose to
Yeah,
think and do, right? So if you think you can't, you won't, you know, and if you think
yeah,
if you can, you will, right? So there's
exactly. Yeah,
always there's always that roller coaster of, you know, negative thoughts. There's always that roller coaster of
yeah,
maybe I can't or I won't, but you know, it's also kind of neutralizing those thoughts with positive ones, right? Because, you know, when I started this business, I always tell people I began in 2019. I'm no different than you. There's no differences in us. Maybe a little bit educated more, a little less educated, not so educated, whatnot. But we're no different, you know? So I'm always like, well, if I can do it, you can, right? If the next person can, you know,
yeah.
I can, right? So it's just making sure that you keep your mind in that solid place of, you know, gratitude's a big thing for me as well. You know,
Oh
gratitude,
yeah,
being grateful for what
definitely.
you have,
Yes.
where you're at, you know, what comes in, right? And I always think that karma is a huge thing as well. So, you know, if you can
Yeah,
do it, you know, you will, right? So if I can do it, you will. And I always think, you know, if you start thinking you can't, that's when you won't, you know?
yeah.
So definitely thank you for sharing that part. So lastly, obviously, I always like to tell people to kind of like wrap things up. I always tell people that, you know, for everyone that's watching, you know, is tuned in. If you have any questions for either of us, please send us a message, right? If you're kind of watching and kind of curious on, you know, you yourself to get started, this is something that you might want to do. You know, first step is making sure that you can kind of plug into one of our websites. You know, I have a different website than Ari. If you want to plug into the system, definitely send us a message. We'll get you that website, or we'll get you the information to get yourself started into the business. And then from there, we'll send you the no cost webinar to kind of have a watch of the business as well to see if it's a good fit for you. And then you kind of can just kind of go from there. And then, you know, see if it's yes or no. There's no harm, no foul, right? It's all risk free. So that's what I love about the business as well. It's risk free. So any
We will
closing
be here
thoughts,
with the full support.
right? Any closing thoughts that you want to share?
Um, you know, the one that I just want to add in here, this business is actually legitimate business. In here in Australia, we have to run, we have to register the business, and everything will be tax deductible as well. So don't worry about the status of this business. This business is legitimate for it. So don't worry about the dirty things that everyone's saying about online business. So, and this business is portable and flexible, and then the system is amazing with all the automation system and everything. And then what we need is actually only if you have smart devices and laptop and internet connection, and then after that your positive mindset, your willingness to learn, and then you're ready to go. And we are here. We'll be here to support you
Right.
all the way.
Exactly. All the way through, right? Mentorship coach, right? You know,
Yeah,
community chat roles, online platform, right? You name it, you'll get it, right? And like you said, it's legitimate. Even here in Canada, right? At the end of every year, we got to pay our T4s. So we do our taxes at the end of every year, and we pay back the taxes that we make from our businesses, right? So even
yeah,
in America, it's a little bit different. I think it's a T0224 or something like that. So
yeah,
again, everything is legitimate. You know, if you want to brand your business with a business name, you can. If you choose not to, you can. That's just more a sole proprietorship at that point compared to like a business name. It's really what you want to do with your business because it's your own, right? So
yeah.
super easy once you get going, right? You know, the online training is super easy. You don't need any experience because it's all guided step by step. So you said it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will close up here. Thank you so much for taking your time today to have a little quick interview with me, and it was good to catch up, and we will chat with you soon. Okay. Bye, everyone.